Hi there and welcome back. Today we're trying to figure out if the DJI Mic 2 is a usable microphone for a noob like me, or if you need to be an audio engineer to make it work at all. I bought the DJI Mic 2 when it came out and I've been using it now for a couple of months. One of the reasons why I bought the DJI Mic 2 is because it has Bluetooth connectivity. So it's possible to connect this microphone directly to your smartphone and use it as a wireless microphone without using the receiver. What I quickly figured out was that the audio quality is so bad, it's practically unusable. And I made a video on it the day after, and that video gained some traction. I got over 1,000 views just in a couple of months. And for a small channel like me that has like 59 subscribers, that was pretty good. One of the main questions I got was, is it even possible to just buy this and then connect it to your smartphone and be done with it? You have a wireless mic and you're all good. The answer to that is no. The audio quality is really bad. You're missing a lot of features which you can't access if you don't have the receiver. So let's just listen to an audio example of how this mic sounds when it's connected directly to a smartphone. You are currently listening to the audio from the DJI Mic 2 while it's being connected to my iPhone through Bluetooth. As you can hear, the audio is kind of crusty. It sounds almost 8-bit. It's not great. I really wouldn't want to use this audio for anything except if it was the only thing I had. And again, the problem now is I can't use internal recording on the microphone because it's been disabled. And that means I have to choose between either do only internal recording and then synchronize it later on, or stick with the crusty audio. I had much higher hopes for how this would work. I don't want to force you to listen to this more than necessary, so I'll switch back to the regular mic again and we can take it from there. Listening back to that recording, it's quite clear that the audio is not good. It can be used in a pinch, but it's not that good. So that option is for most people off the table. You need to buy at least the receiver and the transmitter as a package. Luckily, DJI sells these as a pair, so you don't have to buy the full package with a box and everything. I have the cheaper package, comes in a pouch, has all the cables you need. It has the adapters you need to connect this to a smartphone, either via Lightning or USB-C. Rode has a similar package, but you have to buy the double transmitter, single receiver package. So it's a lot more money if you just need one mic and one receiver. So what does the combo sound like when you use a proper receiver with the transmitter? Let's connect it all up and find out. The mic is now mounted to my chest. It's connected to the receiver. We should be getting good audio. But as you can hear, it's kind of muffled. And the reason for that is that when you mount it to your chest like this, especially if your voice is sort of heavy on the lower frequencies, it doesn't pick up the higher frequencies of my voice. So it does sound really muffled. And that's one of the things that makes this microphone not a great choice for complete noobs. You have to know how to use EQ and compression to a certain degree to get good audio out of this. I'm going to adjust the audio a little bit now so that my voice is clearer. What you've heard up until now is the untreated audio from the microphone. So from now on, I'll just crank everything up a little bit. So I've adjusted the EQ and put on a little compressor and generally just tighten everything up. I'm not an audio engineer. This is the best quality I've been able to get so far. I'm still tuning and trying things out, but it's usable. You've probably seen a lot of people on YouTube holding their mics here. There's a reason for that. As you can hear now, my voice is better, or at least it has more higher frequencies in the recording straight out of the box. I've done less EQing on this recording because the microphone is picking up more frequencies. There's a really simple explanation for that. When I'm holding the mic like this, I'm talking straight into the membrane, so all the frequencies in my voice hit the membrane and it records better audio. It's still not great, but it's better than when it was attached to my chest. But I can't keep holding the mic like this. The whole point of getting a wireless mic is so I can have my hands free to do other things while I'm talking. So let's put it back and try to EQ a little bit more and see if we can get some better audio. That whole thing is one of the reasons why this mic is probably not a really good mic to buy if it's your first mic. You need to know a little bit about compression and EQ to be able to get the most out of it. And if you were planning on just buying the mic, hooking it up and using it, probably not a good idea. But with a little bit of elbow grease, it's possible to get good enough audio out of this for it to be usable. I wouldn't recommend using this together with a lot of other microphones because the difference in audio quality could be quite jarring on the ears. It's not really that great. But if you just use this, at least you'll have decent sound throughout your videos, and it's a good option if you know how to use EQ and compression. And honestly, I mean, you could do this. It's a look, but yeah, no, let's not do that. But are there any other ways you can mount this and get good audio and still have both your hands free? Well, you can actually put this here onto your cap like that. And the audio quality isn't that bad. It's not great, but again, it's clearer when it's up here compared to down here. It looks ridiculous, but it works. I might even do this because I'm wearing a cap all the time. If you take this little magnet and put it on the bottom, you have a stand. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's actually quite cute. It's quite sturdy, and you can totally use this, especially if you were to crop more in on the camera. But having it here, the audio sounds okay because now I'm speaking sort of straight into the microphone itself. And using it like this for just me, it's fine. And this little magnet stand thing it's nice. If someone else was sitting at the other side of the table, you could easily use this as an interview or a podcast mic in a pinch. Once I figured out everything about EQ and compression to get at least a decent sound, it does what it's supposed to do. I can walk around the workshop, I can use my hands. I don't have to worry about the difference in audio levels when moving away from the camera. I can film all over the shop. It's easier to edit when all the audio is approximately the same level, so I have to do less editing and less compression and EQing in post-production. So this mic has a lot of great features, most of them which I don't use. The high-pass filter, I do that in post. Noise cancelling, noise reduction, I do that in post. The internal recording is great, but you can't use it when the mic is connected to your smartphone with Bluetooth. So the whole Bluetooth thing is completely useless. Other than that, great little mic. The only thing left for me is to buy a lavalier mic and try that and see if that picks up more of the higher frequencies in my voice so it doesn't sound as muffled, because then I don't have to do as much EQing in post. The DJI Mic 2 it's a good mic if you need a wireless mic, and it's not too expensive. Circling back to the beginning, do I think this is a good purchase for a complete YouTube noob? Not really. If you don't know how to use EQ and compression, you're probably not going to get the best sound out of this. So I wouldn't recommend this as your first purchase. If you feel comfortable using EQ and a compressor, then you can get some okay audio out of the DJI Mic 2. Or you can make it a project to learn about EQing and compression by buying this mic and trying to figure out how to get good audio. Now, if you've been sitting there and thinking, man, does he have some really nice soft light on his face? Then you should probably watch this video, which is a video about how I made my own key light and softbox. And maybe you should also watch this video where I make a grid for that softbox to get this super professional light for less than $50, because this key light is made out of cardboard, aluminum foil, and parchment paper. So that's all I had for today. Give it a like if you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.